When my parents vanished for a week, I thought they'd gone on one of their quiet getaways again. But when I stepped into their house, I heard something breathing inside the closet. Stay till the end, because what started as a simple visit to check on my parents turned into the most terrifying moment of my life. My name's Nia Fairbanks. I'm an eye nurse in Atlanta. My parents, Calvin and Lorraine, love peace and quiet. They often take off without warning, but they always text or call before they go. Always. This time, they didn't. A whole week. No calls. No messages. Just silence. At first, I told myself they were fine, maybe bad signal, maybe lost phones. But when my mom's best friend, Mrs. Porter, called asking if I'd heard from them, that cold, sinking feeling hit me. Something was wrong. I packed a small bag and drove 2 hours to their home in rural Georgia, a quiet, tree-lined road where even the air feels heavier. Their white house sat still, silent, like the world was holding its breath. Inside, everything looked too normal. Couch pillows neat, Dad's reading glasses still on the table. But the fridge, the smell hit me, spoiled milk, moldy leftovers. They hadn't been home for days. Their phone sat dead on the counter. Mom's purse was still on the dresser. Then I heard it. Soft, steady breathing, coming from the closet. The doorknob trembled. I grabbed the fireplace poker, my heart pounding so hard it shook my hands. Mom, Dad. No answer. Only that slow, uneven breathing behind the door. I took a deep breath and yanked it open. Empty. Just shadows and silence. Until I saw it, my father's old leather duffel bag sitting in the corner. I unzipped it slowly, inside stacks of cash, bundles wrapped with rubber bands. And under them, my mother's wedding ring. She never took it off, ever. Then an envelope, cream-colored, worn, with my name on it. For Naya, if something happens. Inside, my mother's handwriting. Naya, if you're reading this, things have gone too far. Don't trust anyone from the family, especially the ones who come acting like they care. Take what you find here and stay quiet. We love you. My stomach dropped. Don't trust anyone from the family. What did that mean? Then a sound outside. A car door slammed. I peeked through the curtain. A tall man was walking toward the porch. Jamal Ree, my cousin. We hadn't spoken in months. He waved, smiling like everything was normal, but his eyes were scanning everything, the windows, the car, the yard. I hid the letter in my jacket, shoved the duffel bag under the bed. When he knocked, I tried to sound calm. Hey, cuz, he said, hugging me too quickly. Heard no one's seen your folks. Thought I'd check. His voice was casual. Too casual. His smile tight. Then he asked, you didn't find anything weird, did you? My pulse jumped. He knew. That night, Jamal insisted on staying. Said it wasn't safe for me to be alone. I smiled and agreed, but inside, every instinct screamed asterisk, don't trust him asterisk. Around midnight, I heard footsteps. I crept out quietly. Jamal was standing in front of my dad's locked office door, trying to open it. When I turned the light on, he froze. I was just looking for phone numbers, he said. Liar. Later, when he fell asleep on the couch, I slipped outside and checked his car. In the glove box, a bank statement with my parents' names on it. Massive withdrawals. Tens of thousands of dollars. Jamal hadn't come to help. He'd come to find something. That's when I remembered the basement dad's workspace, always locked. I found the spare key above the fridge. The lock clicked open. Cold air rushed out. Boxes were stacked along the walls, some burned at the edges. Old deeds, checks, and photos. Dad, Uncle Marcus, and Jamal at construction sites. And one photo stopped me. My parents in front of a small wooden cabin. On the back, my father's handwriting. Moss Creek. Then a creak on the stairs. Jamal, flashlight in hand. You shouldn't be down here, he said. I slipped the photo into my pocket and whispered, I think I know where they went. Before sunrise, I drove off. Jamal's still asleep. 2 hours through twisting forest roads until I reached it, the same cabin from the photo. The front steps were dusty, but the footprints fresh. Inside silence, dust, and the faint smell of bourbon. Dad's favorite brand. Mom's floral scarf was draped over a chair. Mom? Dad? No answer. Then I noticed a rug, slightly out of place. I pulled it back a trapdoor. My light cut through darkness as I climbed down. And there they were. My parents pale, weak, but alive. Naya, my father whispered. We didn't have a choice. They told me everything. My uncle Marcus had discovered oil on the land my grandfather left us. Millions at stake. Dad refused to sell. Marcus forged his signature, tried to frame him for embezzlement. When they refused to sign over their share, Marcus and Jamal threatened them, so they ran. We hid because we didn't want you involved, Mom said softly. But they'll come for you next. I squeezed her hand. Not if I find proof first. That night, my phone buzzed. A text from Jamal. I know you found them. The next morning, I met him at a cafe. Voice recorder on, hidden in my sleeve. At first, he played it cool. Then he slipped. My dad needed money, he said. Your father wouldn't share. We did what we had to. He admitted everything. Forgery, theft, the threats. The moment he realized I'd been recording, he grabbed my wrist, shouting, "Give me your phone." The cafe erupted. People called the police. He ran, but not far. They arrested him that night. And his confession cleared my father's name. I thought it was over until I saw smoke. The next morning, my parents' house was on fire. Flames tearing through the windows. I rushed in, pulled them both out just before the roof collapsed. Dad's voice rasped, "It's Marcus." He's trying to erase everything, but he failed. Because the real evidence, the duffel bag, was in my car. Everything he wanted gone was still safe. Weeks passed. Jamal confessed. The oil company restored my father's rights. Peace finally, until one night footsteps in my living room. I stepped out quietly and froze. Marcus with a gun in his hand. You cost me everything, he said. My phone was already recording. You did that to yourself, I whispered. He raised the gun and another voice broke the silence. Marcus, don't. My father stepped out of the shadows, a metal pipe in hand. The gun went off and missed. They struggled, then red and blue lights flashed outside. Police swarmed in, taking Marcus down. We stood there, shaking in the cold night air. My father's arms around me, my mother crying softly. Finally, it was over. Months later, we rebuilt the house, fresh paint, sunlight, lavender. When I came back alone one morning, I opened my mother's closet, the same one where it all began. Inside, hidden behind a wooden slat, was an envelope with my name, my father's handwriting, his real will. He left everything to me long before any of this began. They hadn't been protecting themselves. They'd been protecting me. I pressed the paper to my chest and whispered, "Thank you, Dad." Then I closed the closet door one last time. This time, the house could rest. What do you think? Did Nia make the right choice by finally closing that chapter, or should she have dug deeper into her family's secrets? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you like this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.